Do you want to improve your English while listening to a real inspiring story? Welcome to TalkUp. Today we have a special story for you. It's about a young man who was afraid to speak English. He made many mistakes. People laughed. But one day, everything changed. This is not just a story, it's a lesson, it's motivation, and it's real. So grab your tea or coffee and let's begin Omar's journey. At the end of the video, tell us in the comments, where are you watching from? Now, let the story begin. Omar is 22 years old. He lives in Cairo, Egypt. Every morning, he wakes up at 7 a.m., drinks tea with milk, and watches English videos on YouTube. He wants to learn English because he wants a better job. But there is one problem. Omar is afraid to speak. He knows many English words, he understands a lot, but when he speaks, he makes mistakes. People laugh sometimes. So he stays quiet. One day, Omar decides to change. He says, "No more fear. I will speak. I will learn." He goes to a small cafe. There is a tourist there. She is from Canada. Omar walks to her and says, "Hello, my name is Omar. I want to speak English. Can we talk?" The tourist smiles. She says, "Of course, let's talk." They talk for 10 minutes. Omar makes many mistakes, but he doesn't stop. He smiles. He learns. Every day, Omar talks to one new person in English. In the supermarket, on the bus, at the park. He watches videos, repeats the sentences, writes new words. He practices in front of the mirror. After 1 month, he joins an online English club. There are people from many countries: India, Brazil, Japan. At first, Omar is shy, but he speaks slowly, clearly, and with a smile. People don't laugh anymore. They help him. They say, "Good job, Omar." After 3 months, Omar applies for a job at an international company. The interview is in English. He is nervous. His hands are cold, but he remembers his journey: the first cafe, the tourist, the mistakes. He takes a deep breath and he speaks. 1 week later, Omar gets an email. "Congratulations, you got the job." Omar is very happy. He runs to his mother and says, "Mom, I did it. I got the job." His mother smiles and says, "I am proud of you." Now, Omar works with people from different countries. He speaks English every day. He still makes mistakes, but he is not afraid because now he knows mistakes are part of learning, and this is Omar's journey. Now, Omar works at a big company in Cairo. The office is modern. There are people from many countries: India, Germany, Turkey, and Kenya. On his first day, Omar wears a white shirt and black pants. He is nervous again, but he says to himself, "I can do this." His manager's name is Mr. David. He is from the UK. He says, "Welcome, Omar. We are happy to have you." Omar sits at his desk. He opens his laptop. There are many emails in English. He reads slowly. He uses Google Translate for some words. At 1 p.m., it is lunch break. Omar eats in the cafeteria. A woman sits near him. She says, "Hi, I'm Maria. I'm from Brazil." Omar smiles. "Nice to meet you. I'm Omar from Egypt." They talk about food, music, and travel. Omar feels better. He is not alone. After 2 weeks, Omar joins the team meeting. He must speak in front of everyone. He prepares for 2 days. He writes notes and practices at home. In the meeting, Omar speaks slowly. He makes a small mistake, but no one laughs. Maria helps him with one word. Mr. David says, "Good job, Omar." Omar's happy. He is learning and growing. One night, he talks to his best friend Kareem on the phone. Kareem says, "Man, you've changed. You speak English so well now." Omar laughs. "I still make mistakes, but I try every day." He tells Kareem, "Next year, I want to travel." Maybe to Turkey or Germany. I want to speak with people around the world. Kareem says, You can do it. Omar looks at the stars. He remembers the old days when he was too shy to speak. Now he talks with confidence. He writes in his notebook. Today I speak. Tomorrow I lead. Omar's journey is not finished. It is just the beginning. 6 months later, Omar gets an email from his manager, Mr. David. The email says, Omar, we have a project in Istanbul. We want you to go and help the team there. It's for 2 weeks. Omar is excited and scared. It is his first time traveling abroad. He tells his mother, I'm going to Turkey. She smiles and says, Be safe, my son. I'm proud of you. At the airport, Omar shows his passport and ticket. At the gate, a woman asks him in English, Where are you flying today? Omar answers, To Istanbul for work. She says, Have a nice flight. On the plane, Omar sits next to a man from Italy. They talk a little. Omar listens carefully and answers with short sentences. After 3 hours, he arrives in Istanbul. A driver waits for him with a sign, Omar Hassan. At the hotel, the receptionist says, Welcome, Mr. Omar. Do you have a reservation? Yes, he says, from today until the 25th. His room is on the ninth floor. He looks out the window. The city is full of lights, cars, and voices. It's beautiful. The next day, Omar goes to the Istanbul office. The team welcomes him with smiles. One of the team members, Salin, says, Hi, Omar. We heard good things about you. Omar says, Thank you. I'm happy to work with you. They start the project. It is about creating a report for a new client. Celine explains the details. Omar listens, takes notes, and asks questions. At lunch, Selin takes him to a small restaurant. They eat kebab and drink ayran. She asks, How long have you worked with the company? Omar says, Almost 1 year now. She nods. You speak English very well. Omar laughs. Not perfect, but better than before. They walk near the Bosphorus after work. The sea is calm and the air is fresh. Omar feels something new. Freedom. That night, he video calls his mother. He says, Mama, Istanbul is amazing. The people, the food, the language. I'm learning so much. His mother smiles and says, That's because you never gave up. Omar says nothing for a moment. Then he whispers, Thank you. It's Omar's 5th day in Istanbul. Everything is going well until one morning Mr. David calls him. Omar, he says, the client from Germany is coming tomorrow. We need to present the report. You will explain the first part. Omar's heart beats fast. Me? He asks. Yes, Mr. David replies. You worked hard. You understand the data. You can do it. Omar feels nervous. He has never spoken to international clients before. That night, he stays in his hotel room. He writes every sentence. He practices out loud. He watches English videos on presentations. He reads every slide again and again. The next day at 10 a.m., the meeting starts. 3 people from Germany walk in. They shake hands with Omar. Good morning, Omar says, trying to smile. He starts the presentation. His hands are cold. His voice is low at first, but after a few minutes, he feels better. He explains the data, gives examples, and answers questions. At the end, the German client says, Very clear. Thank you, Omar. Omar feels proud. He looks at Mr. David, who gives him a small nod and a smile. After the meeting, Celine says, You were great. See? You didn't need to be afraid. That evening, the team celebrates with dinner. They laugh, talk, and take pictures. Omar feels like part of something big. He writes in his notebook again. I didn't speak perfectly, but I spoke with heart. Double asterisks. 2 weeks later, Omar returns to Cairo. His mother hugs him at the airport. How was it? She asks. He smiles and says, It changed me. Back at work, Mr. David calls him again. Omar, he says, we want you to lead a small team of new employees. You will help them improve their English and teach them about the company. Omar is surprised. Me? A leader? Yes, David says. You've walked the path. Now you can help others. Omar accepts the offer. Every week he meets the new employees. Some are shy, some make mistakes. Omar tells them, Don't be afraid. I was like you. I made mistakes too, but every day I practiced and I learned. He creates small games, simple English activities, and group talks. The team loves him. One day, Kareem visits him at work. Man, you're different now, Kareem says. You help others, you lead meetings, you even smile more. Omar laughs, because I found my voice. He stands near the window and watches the sunset. I started with fear, he says. I continued with effort. And now, I speak, I teach, I grow. He closes his notebook one last time. The last line says, English didn't just give me words, it gave me a future. Double asterisk. Omar's journey started with silence, but it ended with success, confidence, and purpose. And your journey can start today. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to try. Tell us in the comments, where are you watching from? What part of Omar's story did you like the most? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us at TalkUp, because every word you learn is a step to a better future. Keep learning, keep growing, and remember, you can do it.